personally, because I was maybe a bit naive, but when I was naming Mohammed bin Salman, I was not aware that it would have that impact, to be honest. But I also never thought that it will open the door to justice. I never did, because it is very clear that it will require a change of regime in Saudi Arabia for that kind of justice to be delivered. That was clear to me. And I was very aware of the vested interest that many countries have in Saudi Arabia and in the Crown Prince in particular. So I didn't have too many illusions that I could move that reality. I had spent 6 months investigating, which meant I had spoken with officials in the US, in Canada, in Germany, in Sweden, in France, in the UK. I had a fairly good idea where those guys stood. So I didn't have much illusion as to what they will be prepared to do. I thought, and they did. I thought they will be prepared to do a bit, but I didn't think we could push a great deal more. So that's why I have always insisted that we had to find a way of telling the story which gave us some form of power. I understand the frustration and the notion that justice has not been delivered. Yes, justice as we understand it, which is Mohammed bin Salman in a court of law, that has not been delivered, and it probably won't be delivered, at least not until there is a major change. But I think we can also try to gain control over how we speak of justice in situations where the delivery of justice is so complex and is so hampered by the power, the structures of power in the country or indeed in the world. We need to find a way of, a little bit like I've described that before, like a mosquito in the tent. Okay, we're not the bear. We're not entering the tent and picking up the people. We are the mosquito in the tent, and we run around people's head and people's head and people's hand, and they can never find us. They clap, they clap, they clap. We escape. That to me is what in those conditions we can be. We can be the most bloodiest, annoying mosquitoes. And we pick, on les pique de temps en temps. And we create noise around their head. That is what I think we have done for the last 12 months, and not just me. We have made it very difficult for Mohammed bin Salman to escape Jamal Khashoggi's. That is going to pursue him all of his life. I can assure you of that. Wherever he goes, whatever he does, the name of Jamal will come. The memory of what he ordered or he was involved in doing will never go away. It is haunting Parliament in Europe and in the USA. They have not been powerful enough to move from words to actions, but it is not a word that has disappeared. It is still on the agenda. With the change of government, possible change of government in the US, there may be more action attached to the word, because the American Congress, the Senate, and the House, the congressmen, all together, they have imposed sanctions on Saudi Arabia in relation to the crime committed against Jamal and in relation to Yemen. The only thing that have prevented those sanctions from being enacted is the veto by Donald Trump. So it is possible that if Joe Biden is elected, the sanctions will proceed. So here we will see a bit more actions being taken. There are court cases, you know, again, the mosquitoes. Yes, of course, Mohammed bin Salman is unlikely to find himself in a court of law in the US, but I can assure you that he's going to have a lot of lawyers working if he decides to come to the US, because you never know. You know, he could find himself into real trouble. Again, it's bigger than a mosquito. It's 20 mosquitoes around his head. So I think, you know, yes, we are not getting where we absolutely want to be, but we can also gain control over the storyline. And the storyline is not that Mohammed bin Salman can walk free around the world and no one cares. That's not the storylines. The story is that actually he cannot do that.